Hey y'all, today I'm going to tell you a little bit about the Seabright Bantams. First of all, I'm going to tell you how I acquired these two. They're new to my flock. I've had them for about 2 months now, but I have a friend that her son and my grandson, they play baseball together. We got to talking one day and she told me that her dad has chickens, but something had gotten into his coop and killed every one of his chickens, except for these two. These were the last two. But he had decided that he was through with chickens and he wanted to get out of raising chickens. So I thought it was just an honor and a blessing that he chose me to give these two to. They are beautiful, they are sweet, and I love them. So stick around if you want to hear a little bit about the Seabright Bantam. Okay, this is Alfredo and this is Prissy. They already had names and I didn't change their name. But this is a silver Seabright Bantam. Alfredo's a little nervous. He is a sweet, sweet, sweet rooster. They got their name from a man named Sir John Seabright. He was a wealthy landowner and he was a member of Parliament in the 1800s, but he was an avid writer on agricultural breeding programs. But his aim was to develop an understanding on genetics in the chicken and breeding animals, but really all animals. But what he did was, when he began, he crossbred a Nankin, and that is like one of the oldest breeds of bantams around. They're absolutely beautiful, but they're like I said, if not the first, they are one of the first breeds of bantam. But he bred them with, or he crossed them with Polish birds. And after extensive years of studying, it was like 30 years, he not only perfected the lacing, I mean, it is beautiful, absolutely beautiful, but even more so the fact that he bred the roosters to be, and the hens to be, entirely hen feathered. And what that means is the male shows no pointed sex feathers, not in the hackle, the saddle, the wing bow, or any of the tail sickles. I don't know if you can see that. That is what hen feathered means. They are absolutely beautiful. And as you can see, he has a rose cone. They all have rose cones. And they have, I don't know, let me see if I can show you. They have like a bluish tint to their legs. I don't know if you can see that. And they got that through breeding. But Alfredo is so, so sweet. When I first got him, I called him, he was like a Chihuahua on crack, because he didn't know me and he was protective of Prissy. But Alfredo and me have grown to love each other through a lot of mealworms and grub tear. A lot. But he loves me now and I love him. But these are true bantams. Let me put him back in here. And what that means is there is no large version of that bird. True bantams. They were inducted into the American Poultry Association in 1874. But the rooster, he gets to be about 22 ounces and the female gets to be about 20 ounces. But let me show you Prissy. She is so sweet too. I put them in the cage so I can catch them. They usually are out. Wait. They are usually out amongst the other chickens. That I don't keep them in the cage. They're free range. It scares me. I'm just so scared that a hawk is going to come down and just get them up. But a hen will lay about 50 to 60 eggs a year. They're considered a fair layer. They're not like your Isa Brown, but little small little banty white eggs. That's what she lays, and she'll start laying, or a bantam hen will start laying about 18 to 24 weeks old, and they make wonderful pets. They do have a poor hatch rate, and what that means is their eggs usually don't survive, or if they do hatch, they only survive for a couple hours after birth. I don't expect these two to lay. She laid 2 eggs when I first got her, and that was a miracle. But they're about 5 years old now, He told me they were about 4.5 when I got them, so they're older. I hope they spend their retirement years here in bliss. I really do hope to make their last years great. But they're very docile. They are, their nature is to be very affectionate with humans and other animals. They're very, very social creatures. If you do get some, don't just get one, get a couple. They come in silver and they come golden also. There's 2 different colors of the Seabright Bantams. Though if you get a male, with the silver version, you'd want about 6 females to every 1 male, and in the golden version, it's about 1 male to every 8 hens. Why? Do not ask me. Bantams usually need less space than other breeds. They do very well in confinement, but I free range these. They do well with free range also. But a general rule of thumb is, I would say, about 11 square feet per every foot for each bird. They're very, very flighty, and they're quite hardy. They do well in cold weather, and they do well in hot weather. If you get baby chicks, you can give them chick starter. But when they get to be about 18 weeks or so, I would put them on like I guess about a 15 to 16% protein. I feed them crumble, but you can feed them pellets, but you want to make sure it is bantam pellets, because they can get choked. And also avoid feeding them chocolate or dried beans, and that is with every breed of chicken. Do not feed them chocolate or dried beans, because what that does is it causes them to go into cardiac arrest. And now if they eat a little bit of chocolate or a dried bean, it's not going to kill them. I'm talking about feeding it to them regularly. It can cause them to have cardiac arrest. So when I got these 2, Luke and Popcorn, they were still alive when I first tried to introduce them to the flock. It didn't go so well, so I really thought they were going to hurt them, so I had to put them back up. But the second time that I let them out, I had already lost them, and I'm still not ready to talk about that incident. It was horrible. The second time I let them out, I just had my hens. I did have my guinea, and he didn't even chase them. And Elvis is horrible about chasing and pecking my chickens. But they got along great with them. And I'm going to leave y'all with a video of them being introduced to the flock. So I hope this was very instructional for you. Leia's up here letting them know who's boss. But I hope you enjoy the video. Elvis. Elvis, hush. Elvis. Elvis, hush. Nails, they show. Elvis. I guess he wants us to talk about him. I don't know. Elvis.